God, why did I watch? Hello, welcome once again to Jack Knives Reviews. I am, of course, your host, Jack Knives. Today I will be talking about the Disney Plus movie, Turning Red. Turning Red is the story of Mei Ling, a 13-year-old girl who grows up in a Chinese heritage family where she takes care of her family's shrine on her off time from being in school with her friends and being very awkward. One day she starts liking this boy at a grocery store, does little drawings of her and him together. Her mother sees these drawings, confronts the boy, and embarrasses her to no end. The next day she wakes up and she is a giant red panda, and comes to discover that this is a family curse that can only be subsided by a certain ritual. Mei Ling finds that the panda could be a curse or it could be a gift. Okay, you can tell from just my tone that I wouldn't even hesitate to say I hated this movie. I would hesitate to say I disenjoyed this movie. There's nothing in here. Not a single solitary thing I enjoyed about this movie. And I never thought that would happen with a Disney production. At the very least, I thought maybe visually it'd be appealing. No, it's not. The animation is somewhere between if you got the worst animators from Pixar and they were tracing the outlines of the characters of Wallace and Gromit. That's how bad it looks at times. Everyone is round. Everyone is like circular. For no reason. Like it's so odd. Like for some reason they're doing this now. They did it with that movie Luca, and no one liked that movie either, but they're doing it worse in this movie. Everyone looks just odd. Like not animated caricature version, what a person would look like. More doodly. And you're like, this is Disney? Really? But the story is so paper thin. Everything about this movie, I'm not kidding. I am dead serious when I say this. This is the most cringe-inducing animated movie I have ever seen. And I've seen The Christmas Tree. This is worse. Yeah. You know why it's worse? It's worse because it literally is every single stereotype of every single 13-year-old. Everything. Every single thing. 13-year-old girl. She's becoming a woman. Check. She's cringy as hell. Check. She hangs out with her friends and do stupid things. Check. She's the awkward outcast, but people just got to give her a chance. Check. She's into boy bands. Check. She writes fan fiction. Check. She has a weird ability to simultaneously have no charisma and the only charisma in the movie, and yet both are boring. Not a single character in this movie I enjoyed. Not one. And of course, you have to have the culturally diverse friends. The culturally diverse friends. You got the tomboy girl. You got the eccentric angry girl. You got the girl who you're not sure if she's depressed, bored, or has some weird sleep deprivation. I'm not joking. There's this one girl who's in their friends group. She's the only girl who's Indian, I think, in this entire school. And the entire movie, I'm not joking, the entire movie does not 100% open her eyelids. She's always at half lid every time. Even when things are like, oh no, life-threatening. There's a giant monster coming. Oh no. Imagine that scene in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Stop, don't come back.
That was a character. That's how bad it is. The music is terrible. The plot is non-existent. The design, I would legitimately rather, for an hour and a half, watch Jake Paul tell me about how humble he is. That's how bad this crap is. It's unwatchable. I literally had to stop 6 separate times watching this movie because I'm like, I can't anymore. This is so stupid. People got paid to make this movie. People got financed to make this movie. People not only got checks writing this movie, someone approved it, gave them a check, and that person used that check to buy food. And that disgusts me. And I'm an audience member. And yet I see all these people, I'm like, oh, it's so brave to talk about the girl's struggles. No. Just because you write literally every check of how to do a basic movie about a teenage girl, okay, you want a recommendation for something on Disney Plus that actually tackles what it's like to be a 13-year-old girl? Watch I don't care what season, just one episode of Pepper Ann is more accurate to how a teenage girl would be than this entire frickin' movie. And they tried doing this whole thing of cultural diversity and cultural expansion of, oh, well, the experience of a Chinese girl in Toronto. Okay, what about it? Well,
she has to do everything her parents tell her.
Okay.
And her parents are really strict.
Okay.
But her dad's not strict.
Okay. We've seen this, like, so many times. Especially in Disney. How many times in Disney have you, the audience, seen the disappointed, disapproving parent that the person has to prove themselves to? Hell, I just watched Encanto. They did it better than this. Hell, I could watch an episode of That's So Raven and it's more accurate than this. This is so bad. I see why it's a Disney Plus original, because no one would want to pay to see this garbage. Hell, even the trailer, the only thing that's in the trailer is literally a 30-second, no, not even 30-second, a 10-second clip of a 4-minute scene where her friends knock on the window and she's a panda. That's it. You know why? Because it gets worse. It's so dumb. I'll tell you exactly what happens. They see what she looks like. They come in the room. And then she's like, oh, I'm a hideous monster. And they're like, no, we accept you. And she goes, well, I don't accept me. And then they start breaking down and singing a boy band song that's all throughout this movie. And you're just sitting here thinking, like, I could be doing anything better than this. You're probably wondering, looking in my background, why do I have Letterkenny all over? Because that is more accurate to Canada representation than this crap. I would rather watch Letterkenny, and I love Letterkenny. I would watch any episode of Letterkenny, even the newer seasons, than this garbage. I would rather drive to Montreal, buy a bag of milk, and slap a moose than watch this garbage. That's how bad this movie is.
It's 4-leaf clover. Make a wish.
Wish you weren't so fucking awkward, bud.
I've never experienced an animated movie that was unwatchable. Like, it really is unwatchable. I can't explain it any more than that. It is unwatchable. I don't know what else to say. I've not wanted something so much than seeing this. I felt like I was expecting garbage, but instead I got a residue stench of garbage that has given me a disease. Like, it didn't even give me the garbage. It gave me the stench of the garbage and the after effects of the garbage and the infection from the garbage, but no garbage. I'm at a loss for words. I really am. I'm at a loss for words, people. I give Turning Red my lowest score 1 out of 5. Have you seen Turning Red? Please tell me you haven't. Either way, you know what to do. See you next time.